Welcome to St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
And y'all can't tell it, but this is green. This is not black. This is olive army green, like my eyes. And Bill could have pinched me, he thought, because this looks black, but it is really green. And I also have green eyes. What color are your eyes? Baby blue. Baby blue. That's why your kids have those pretty blue eyes. There you go. Welcome to North Georgia Now Today. Today is going to be a day of moving quickly because we have a lot going on.
This is one of the stupidest holidays there ever was. You know that?
It's because everybody drinks green stuff and goes, bleh.
Well, it's just made for drinking, period. That's all it is. Yeah.
It is.
Just an excuse to go drinking.
Yeah, I've never done that, but I can say there will be people in Savannah tonight that will wake up in the morning and say, where's them goody powders?
Yeah.
Where's them goody powders?
A lot of calling in sick tomorrow.
A lot of calling in sick. It is not a day that I've ever celebrated. I don't, you know,
No.
if you go for it, go for it. And if you don't, that's fine too.
The only reason I wore green is I didn't want you to pinch me.
I did. I wore green, and it is a dark, dark green. And then I got to go change because Piedmont Mountainside is going to have a photographer come up and take a picture of me and one of our viewers to go in a magazine because this viewer was watching us.
Is that the Georgia's Most Wanted?
Georgia's Most Wanted, yeah. No, this is U.S. Most Wanted.
Oh.
But they were watching us and heard us talk about a seminar that was going to happen, and Piedmont Mountainside literally found a problem that would have killed this lady, and it just happened because she was watching the show. And it was one of the screenings like they're going to have this Saturday here in LJ. You get an EKG.
For free.
For free. And if you didn't know, you know, a lot of times heart attacks are the #1 killer in women, and it is the truly silent killer because most women, if I'm busy and crazy and running and stressing, I don't think about what it's doing to my body. And I think this lady was like all other ladies, you know, they're too busy. We got too much going on.
You ever thought about what it's doing to your hair?
Yeah, and today my hair's flat as flitter, ain't it? Don't you say a word about my hair. I'm going to the beauty shop when I get off here, y'all, and I'll get my big hair back. But it's just flat today. I don't know why. Is it the humidity
I
or
had
something?
some good compliments on my cell phone when I left here Monday about getting you. So
You did get me.
Get you again.
did. And he missed the greatest opportunity because yesterday I asked him, I said, did you hear what we said about Freddie's really good with older people? And he said, no, he missed it. He was cutting grass. We had a great day yesterday. And I want to say thank you to the folks who came to spend time with us after we came off the air. We did something really fun and really special, and we put some people back together who have been friends. Actually, the lady was Freddie's school bus driver when he was a little kid, and then they grew up, ended up working together as adults, and they sang together yesterday. It's going to be a very special time for us today.
Ain't that sweet?
Because we're going to get to share some of the footage we did after the show. There was a show. You got my drift?
The after show.
And we're going to do a couple of songs with Freddie and Marie Scott. Many of you know her from the gospel music circuit. She traveled around for many, many miles, many, many years. An amazing, amazing talent. And one of the songs she wrote driving down the road. She started it in her head and she pulled over and finished the song.
I haven't heard that song before.
Many songs come like that.
Driving down the road. How's that go?
I don't
Driving down
know,
the
but it's a
road.
good song, and I think you'll get to hear it today. We're going to do one song, stop, cut it, go back, do another song, and you'll probably get to see 3 or 4 songs today if we can get them in. We have a lot of guests today, so we'll see. But thank you to all of you who came in after the fact yesterday. We had a better show after than we had before, and we had a pretty good one before. Thank you, Carolyn, for bringing your book, A Nod to God, and bringing humor and light to a world that right now is not real funny.
I saw a guy doing that in church the other day.
Was he nodding?
Yeah, he gave a nod. He was taking a nap in church, yeah.
My mama would snore really loud in church, and I would be over there just elbowing her. Have you ever done that?
When I was a kid, yeah, my mama got me good. She'd pinch me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then the kid that hollers out,
She never
"Don't
pinched me again. So.
Yeah.
Then she let my dad take me out and spank me.
Was it embarrassing to your mother?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yes, it was.
I want to read you a message because I don't know if y'all know it, but there's a lot happening around us. There is some recovery going on. We're really, really excited about that.
Where?
Well, there is. There is a little bit of construction. And now none of the banks have, you know, none of the banks are hollering, hey, it's over now yet, but there is a little bit going on, which is very positive, and people have stayed in faith. I read something yesterday, 46% of construction jobs are over with. Now you think about that. If you did sheetrock, if you did
Yeah.
framing, if you did wiring, if you did plumbing,
I believe that.
46% of that market is out of work.
I believe
That
that.
is very, very tough.
Now they're all cutting grass.
They are, and they're competing with you. But in Pickens County, Big Canoe actually has some homes being constructed. There are some homes in our area being constructed. So there's a little bit coming back, and we're going to declare 2011 is still the year of recovery.
I was just teasing you because I cut grass from daylight till dark yesterday. I was busy.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a really good
And I got
thing.
more to do today. So
That is a really good thing. Well, I want to read you this. This is Joel Osteen's little message. And, you know, I have to start my day with Joel Osteen. Sorry, but that's just how I do my life. Do not be afraid. Stand firm, and you will see the deliverance the Lord will bring you today. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Now, sometimes that's hard. When we're in a bad situation,
Especially
but you're the best at it, I know. Because when everything failed for y'all, you stood still together.
well, I trust that verse. I really do.
You do, and
Yeah.
you pulled out of it, and you made this. So in the Bible, when the people of Israel came out of slavery and were headed toward the promised land, they were so happy to finally be free. But then Pharaoh changed his mind about letting them go.
Stupid.
And came chasing after them. They came to a dead end at the Red Sea, and things looked impossible. Instead of staying in faith and focusing on the fact that God had delivered them before, the Israelites got upset, fearful, and started complaining. Have you heard him complaining lately?
No.
A bunch. No. Moses, why did you bring us out here to die? Moses replied, stand still, and you will see the deliverance. You will see the deliverance of the Lord, he went on to say. The Lord will fight for you if you hold your peace and remain at rest. And the Lord was faithful to his word and delivered them again. Moses knew that he had to get the people out of that negative mentality. And boy, Joe Kelly, thank you. Thank you for every phone call you've ever made to me.
Didn't last long, but he got them through it anyway.
He did. Moses knew he had to get the people out of that negative mentality or they would be defeated, and the same is true for you. You may be in a storm of life, but don't let the storm get in you. Instead, your focus on God. You focus on God because he is faithful and he will fight your battles. Stay calm and remain in peace today because God is going to deliver and lead you into that promised land. I have to read this about 6 times a day because I have had that almost every once in a while lately. I've been getting down a little bit, and you can't do that. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. Now, the prayer for the day, thank you for the goodness and faithfulness in my life. Help me keep my heart and mind focused on you no matter what storm I may be facing. I trust that you are working behind the scenes and ordering my steps to the promised land you have for me. In Jesus' name, amen. It is true. We have to stay in faith. We have to stay focused, and I am actually guilty of not staying as focused and in faith as I should. So I'm learning a little bit.
Always remember,
I'm
he's
learning as I
bigger
go.
than you are, and he's bigger than anything you've got going on.
He's bigger. He's bigger. Okay, you may feel like you're in a bitter winter season in your life right now. You can't seem to make any progress, but you've got to look out through your eyes of faith and see new growth even when everything is dead around you. Start seeing new growth, new opportunities, new life. Everything around us now is blossoming and blooming. Maybe that will help bring you from a depression or a sad time or a giving up time. Don't give up. If I didn't give up, and let me tell y'all, when you read this book, I'm getting on with it now. Y'all are going to get to read it. When you read it, you're going to go, you did that, you put up with this, you did this. Are you kidding me? Why didn't you hurt somebody? But I just didn't. I have stayed in faith. There were times that I got really, really down on myself, and that's something I think this today says, do not allow that to happen, and it's your choice. If you get down on yourself, it's your choice.
It is
so
your choice.
choose the right road. Choose the right road, right? You got
Right,
it?
I got it.
You
I've
got
had it.
You took the right road. You took the right road, and you ended up in the cutest little house. Y'all want his address? A lot of you have called and asked me
P.O.
where
box.
he lives. Yeah. Do people come to visit you at the post office?
Yeah, they do all the time. I see them in there all the time. Hey,
You
Bill,
do?
and I don't know who half of them are. They just say
You're
hey.
supposed to say, well, now what's your name?
Well, I do, and then I forget it because I'm bad with names.
Me and
I
you
call everybody
both.
Hickey.
Uh-oh.
Hey, Hickey.
Well, today is a busy day. We have a lot of folks in the studio. We have something very special we're going to show today. We're going to give you a little glimmer of what happened behind the scenes yesterday because Marie Scott, who sang and played for years and years and years, just traveled all around the world, and many of you have seen her in concert. you will get to see her yesterday. She came in after the fact, sat down at the piano, and she and Freddie did some music. It was a lot of fun for them, a lot of memories, and a lot of good times. And their boss, actually, I loved when I looked over, and Carolyn was tearing up really big because she remembered the great days that they worked together, and they were able to touch lives. Each of us has the opportunity to do that, and I think it's important that we do touch a life somewhere every single day. Now, we're going to give away. I had said I was going to touch a little boy and give Riley this book. He's already gotten it because his mom signed him up for Imagination. What is this? Reader, first.
Something imagination.
No, first. My brain just.
Mine did too.
It went dead.
But it's like the Dolly
First
Parton.
Foundation. There you go. Okay. We're going to give away this book. If you have a little grandchild or a child and you would like to have this book, I decided rather than me tote it around and pile it in my car with all the rest of the junk in my car,
It would be lost into oblivion.
it would be lost. We're going to give you the little engine that could.
Chug, chug,
If you
chug.
can tell
puff,
me,
puff, puff.
if you can tell me one of the groups that Marie Scott used to sing with, one of them had a very good tenor with it, and they traveled around a lot in Pickens County and in Chatsworth, in Fannin County. They traveled all the time, and I bet you there's somebody out there who knows. Call us at 866-939-2329, and you will win this book, The Little Engine That Could. And this is compliments of Carlton Wilson, who brought that to me last Thursday. We had a great visit with him. And, you know, I would want him to be school superintendent, but don't tell anybody that I said that. Because there's other people up for the job. But I think he would do a really good job, and that's all I'm going to say.
He would.
Have you got a birthday?
Tamis Dimsdale on the 18th. Happy birthday, age 13.
13. That's when you, God, that's the year I got to start shaving my legs. Ooh, I remember that.
That's too much information.
I knew you'd love that.
I don't care what time of day it is. That's too much
I knew
information.
you'd love that. Oh, I knew you'd love that. We're going to take a break. We're going to our sponsors. That's what we do best. We've got to sell this product, and we got to remind you to shop locally. Hush now. Hush now. We will be back, and we will begin the day with many new guests. We're also going to have some music queued up to show you every chance we get. One of the songs that Marie and Freddie did. She is an amazing lady. She is an amazing talent, and right now it's going to be an honor to get to share her music with you. We'll be back in just a minute. We're back. Okay, today is a busy, full day, so we're going to move. These folks have been moving at Gold's Gym.
Yes.
Doing a little exercise and getting ready for, tell me what you're involved with, why you're here. Each one of you go down the line and tell me why you're involved in this.
It's Relay for Life, and I'm involved because I am recently a survivor of cancer, and it's so important to me to get out there and support the survivors, but also support the people that can't be there because they're still sick.
Okay, what kind of cancer?
Melanoma.
Okay. My mother had melanoma. That's,
stage 2B, and I have
You look so young, and you don't look like you've been in the sun.
I don't now. That's just because
Right.
I'll never be in the tanning bed or lay out in the sun like I did before. I took it for granted, and it was about being tan and beautiful skin. And
I always wanted a tan. But I have that skin, and you kind of look like you have the same thing.
I have very fair skin, and like I said, I took it for granted, and I never wore sunscreen. I put sunscreen on my babies, but never took time to put sunscreen on myself.
How did you find this melanoma?
It was, I went into the dermatologist because I was having acne problems. And while I was
your skin is so gorgeous.
Thank you.
You don't look like.
Thank you.
Oh my
I've really
gosh.
learned to take care of my skin now because I never did before. And I learned a lot about sunscreen and staying out of the sun and the other things that are so harsh on our skin. But as he was talking to me, he noticed a black dot on the palm of my hand.
You're kidding me.
No, here's the scar.
Oh my gosh.
And he says to me, have you ever had that checked out? And I thought, are you really listening to me? I'm here for another reason. And he said, I don't want to scare you, but melanoma shows up on the palms of your hands, the palms of your feet, and between your toes and your armpits.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, immediately, a million things went through my mind. That day, I had 18 spots removed from my body, and 6 of them came back as squamous cells. I then had to go back in for reshaving, and nothing came back then. I went back in again 60 days, and he found another 7. And one of those 7, unfortunately, came back. The biggest life-changing moment of my entire life. But that was a day that I decided that I was going to make cancer the best thing that had ever happened in my life. I was going to beat the odds. And
your age?
I'm 30.
Okay.
So I refuse to be that number, to be that statistic. And my goal was to be there the day of the race, not standing at the finish line, but crossing that finish line.
Wow.
So I really hope that anybody that's out there, whether they can volunteer or walk the race or even jog the race, it's so important for everybody that is going through cancer.
Right.
Or even a survivor.
Now, to me, melanoma is one of the hardest to detect because we all have these little, and you get to the point, I've had 5 different things taken off. And I have some major scars under my eyebrows, and when I do my eyebrows, I have to cover because I still have some problems under there. But mine was the tiniest grain of sand started it. Now, normal people, you got too many other problems to look for a tiny little grain of nothing that ends up being cancer.
Right.
And I loved when they would call and say, well, we got the results. This one's positive too. And I'm going, why don't y'all call and tell me it's negative? But they just didn't,
Right.
and that's luck of the draw. But early detection. How do you tell a 30-year-old to go be detected for something that they're not going to get in their lifetime in their mind?
Well, I was that individual that said I'd never get skin cancer, and I would never, I'd lay in tanning beds and lay out in the sun and never think twice, never. The best thing I can tell everybody right now is to wear your sunscreen, wear your protective clothing, hats.
And you have to say a buddy of ours gave you a pink hat. John Galen gave you a pink hat.
He is such a sweetheart. He just made my day this morning, brought me a hat, and I'll be sure
Why
to
aren't you
wear that
wearing
hat.
it?
Right now I'm not wearing it. I'm having a bad hair day. I probably should have.
Yeah.
So am I.
Yeah. No hair day.
I spent hours on it.
Yeah.
I'm lucky though. My hair's coming back beautiful, and I'm just excited about the race and being part of Relay for Life. I just hope that everyone will be there that day.
I hope so too. Now, how'd you round up this gang?
These are amazing people. Well, we have Mark, and then we have Heidi from Gold's Gym, Cathy Simmons, and
Cathy's also a survivor?
she
Okay.
is. She
Okay.
is. And I'm sorry, I don't.
Jesse Barton.
Okay. And Jesse, you told us as we began the show that people come in every day and tell you stories and you cry.
I have this week. I've been volunteering with Relay since I was in high school, and I've been on the committee for several years now. And some days I'm just like, I'm ready to give this up. I'm done. But this week I've had somebody in my office every day, a survivor, family members who've lost cancer patients, and it just reiterates why we spend so many hours volunteering and getting the word out about Relay and the American Cancer Society.
And in our lifetime, I don't know in my lifetime, but I know in yours, will we cure, squash out, stomp out, get rid of cancer? Do you see hope?
I actually do see hope, and knowing that every penny that comes in to help that research, it just sends chills all over my body to know that somebody is in a lab right now working on that cure.
With money, that's right. It's
Right.
really
Yes.
I have a good friend whose daughter-in-law is from China, and she is a cancer research specialist. And she asks her every day, when will you find a cure? And she said, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. There are so many people who have devoted their lives to working on stomping this out and getting rid of it. Now, you volunteer because you want to. You've been affected because you're a survivor. Why did you decide to get involved in it?
Well, I work at Gold's Gym, and Gold's Gym has been really big. We're doing a 5K / tot trot spring fling, and that is April 2nd. It's on a Saturday, 9 o'clock. The race starts at 9 o'clock, and all the festivities end around noon. It's going to be huge. Gold's Gym, all of our members are not just members, we're all family. And that's how we treat our members. It was just one big family. And you know what? Everybody's been affected in some way or another by cancer, whether themselves, somebody they love, somebody they know that, has it. So we've all been affected, and we're just all trying to come together and raise money for Relay for Life. We've got the 5K starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be a tot trot in the parking lot. It's going to be a big thing. We've got a truck pull. Local vendors are coming out, restaurant they're coming out and having tents, and they're going to be selling their food. All their proceeds are going to benefit Relay for Life. And Gold's Gym understands that how important exercise and eating right does help prevent cancer. The National Cancer Institute has done significant amount of research, and colorectal cancer can be prevented up to 30 to 40% just by including exercise in your daily regimen. You can prevent breast cancer as little as 20, but as much as 80%. So it's huge. We're going to have a truck. Yeah, did I say truck pull already?
Car show?
Antique car show. Zumba. Now we've just recently added Zumba to our group fitness classes, and we are going to be having a Zumba class out in the parking lot. It's going to be big. A lot of people love Zumba, and it's a good chance for everybody to come out and get a little taste of it. Line dancing, there's going to be bands. So Gold's Gym just wants to be a part of the community and help those that have been affected with cancer.
Okay, why are you involved?
I'm involved. I got involved years back. I went to Relay once or twice with my mother.
And it's addictive.
It is.
It is.
I actually did some time away and did some other things and got an opportunity to help. Got to talking to Jessie. Me and Jessie's become friends over the years, and I decided to help with actual Relay. And now I've made my way to the co-chairman. Me and Jessie work together, trying to get the event together. And I just want to get cancer out there. You know, just tell everybody what these survivors are going through and try to raise money to help fight the cancer. I went through the cancer with my mom.
It's tough, isn't it?
It was tough. It was very tough. And once I got onto the committee, I had skin cancer cut off myself. And
I think I've been so proud of the awareness we brought by, when I was first diagnosed, I would come on the set with bandages on my face. And everybody's like, I can't believe you're going to work looking like that. And I said, well, it's part of me. You know, I had cancer. They cut it off. I had the Mohs surgery in several places. And I would come on and I looked kind of like, who is that? That had bandages on it you'll think of it in the cartoons. Somebody, you'll find a way to make fun of me.
I had something else in mind, but
Yeah, but anyway, I came on the set, and people would call me and say, who is your dermatologist? Where did you find that? I had 6 different people who said they found skin cancers because they watched me come on the set with bandages on my face.
that's
I
going to
don't
happen
miss one.
today too after this show because of all these folks.
Yeah, oh yeah. You will make a difference in somebody's life today. I guarantee you will make a difference. Now, you talk about tanning beds, and this is the season. A lot of people make a living with tanning beds. I had about 15 minutes of sunshine Saturday because we went up to Fields of the Wood, and I chose to sit in the sun for 15 minutes. I don't get in the sun because I have paid the price for many, many sunburns as a child. And I mean I've paid the price. But a little bit of sunshine, we need some vitamin D.
Absolutely. But put your sunscreen on. Put your sunscreen on. Don't lay there and bake.
Right.
It's okay to get outside and still enjoy the sunshine, but just prevent your sunburns with at least an SPF 30. And if you can, use a 50 because you're very less likely to get a burn.
I use that thing, is it Water Babies or something like that in the pink
Yes.
bottle? Yeah,
Yes,
it's a 50.
Coppertone.
Yeah.
And you know, something else, I don't generally throw this out there, but there are a lot of women that really enjoy being tan, and even men. And there are the options of spray tan, and it's one option that,
Look at Donald Trump.
that is completely worth it.
Yeah, look at Donald Trump. You're going to do his hair and his tan, forget it.
I don't know if we'll go that far.
I love your hair. I love
you.
this. I love
Thank
this.
you.
And then you have such gorgeous eyes, so it really accents your eyes to have that.
Thank you. It was hard when I first started losing my hair, and I only lost, it was like a horseshoe. We made the joke that I was the balding old man, but it took a long time for me to embrace.
Just say nothing. I haven't felt that coming.
And I don't know if yours did, but when mine started coming out, the second time I was diagnosed with cancer, and we had to do it again. So I'm a 2-time survivor, but I can
But you
remember-
said the word, you're a survivor.
Oh, I am absolutely a survivor. We
Yeah.
actually lost, when I was diagnosed, the second time, first time was in 2003, and the second time was 2007. We actually lost our 8-year-old granddaughter to a spinal cord cancer, and she had fought it since she was 9 months old. So it's really close to the heart for me.
Oh, yeah.
But I can remember when I lost my hair actually hurt. It hurt so bad I would cry. So I finally called Mark and his wife over. I said, "You have to get this off my head." So they actually, shaved my head for me because it really hurt.
Yes.
I've never heard that before. I've never heard anybody
Feels
say
like
that.
pins and needles.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, it did. It hurt so bad, and then even after I shaved, I couldn't get it off quick enough.
Wow.
Because it hurt so bad. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
I did the same thing, cried and cried, and even the day that we shaved my head was by far probably more emotional than the day I was told that I did have cancer.
Yeah.
It was just, all of it just set in immediately.
It made it real, didn't it?
Seeing my family cry, seeing how it affected them and everyone in my life. And if I can reach out to anybody, it would be the
I
viewers
guarantee
too.
you will touch somebody today.
I hope
and
so.
it will make a difference in our life.
And I will say that my life is better on this side of cancer than it was before.
That's awesome.
I've learned so much.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
And it
You
is
learn.
such a gift to be able to help other people.
That is awesome. I hope my daughter's watching today
Yeah.
because she's in the first year of getting over, and I still say, she has cancer, and she's like, "No, Mom, I had cancer. I don't have cancer now."
That's
And
it.
that's hard for me. So you learn.
It is the cancer. It's not my cancer. You
Cool.
can't claim that.
Cool.
God is good. We have to give him the glory for this. And
That's right.
And until we help him find a cure with our relays and our fundraisers, then, he is our cure. He is our...
Now, again, give the dates and time and a phone number.
Okay, that's April 2nd. It's on a Saturday at Gold's Gym, and the address to Gold's Gym is 449 Industrial Boulevard. It's at 9 o'clock until noon. If you have any questions or concerns, we're taking registrations at the gym. You can call us at 706-635-3488. You can talk to myself. My name's Heidi, or Teresa, or anybody on staff there will know what to do and how to help you out. And we certainly need volunteers. We are definitely celebrating life, and we've got a lot of good friends that have a lot to celebrate. So we want to make it a celebration on April 2nd.
Y'all can
Way to
come help
go.
me cross the finish
Spring
line.
fling.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
And I will be there to give you a big hug.
Yes, you will.
I sure will.
I was going to run, but
wow.
but I'm a victim of radiation therapy.
yeah,
The gift that keeps giving. I had emergency surgery on the 28th, so I won't be able to run, but I'm going to do my best to try to walk that 5K.
Good for you.
So
Good for
we're
you.
not going to let it win.
Good for you. Thank you all. Thank you all
Thank
for
you.
being
Thank
here.
you so much for having us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Also, just another side note, the spring fling they're doing is great. It helps raise money for Relay. But the actual Relay for Life event itself is going to be May 13th.
May 13th.
It's
Okay.
an all-night event.
We'll have y'all back on before
Yeah,
then,
that'd
so
be
we'll talk
great.
about that again.
That'd be
So-
wonderful.
Okay, so
that'd
that'll
be
be great.
awesome.
We'll have y'all back.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We have the studio full today. We got to move on. We also, I can't hear what Adam just told me.
Video.
Video. Okay, we have a little footage from yesterday. This is Marie Scott. We asked a question about what group she was with. She was with several groups during her career in singing and playing that wonderful piano. She is self-taught. She is amazing. Very special lady. Very special lady. And right now we're going to go to a little bit of footage of she and Freddie as they did a song or two or three after we came off the set yesterday.
E or E flat, which is it? It's either E or E something. Yeah. So we walk through valleys, though we climb high mountains, we must not give up the fight. We must be like Moses, we must keep on going, Canaan don't even know another one. I need no music, but I can't do it the same. What song would you suggest or think of?
What about that song Marie wrote?
I don't know if I can remember the words, but
I can't remember.
I don't remember what key I did. What key do you normally do that in? Okay, let's try it and see. As I journey through this life, with its troubles, toils, and strife, though the road gets rough and hard to bear,
a little taste. Y'all don't know how much fun we have when we come off the air. When we come off the air, it's sometimes more fun than being on there. That was a little bit of Marie Scott, and I don't know if we've had a winner yet or not who knew the group that she was in. She was with several groups, and from Chatsworth to Jasper to LJ to Fannin County. Many of you have seen her play for many, many years. She also has two very talented daughters who sing, and it's an amazing family of talent. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad they were with us. Now, I got to give you a little hint on some music that's going to happen. Tomorrow night, Salem number 2 is going to be hosting the Singing Cooks, and that's my buddy Jeanette Cook and her family. And also tonight at Fullerville Baptist Church, the Diplomats and the Primitive Quartet will be together down at Fullerville. And I can't tell you how to get there, but I can tell you if you get close to that hospital, you're right there at that place. So there you go.
Go out I-20 and you'll see something.
It is. It's out I-20, and you know the only thing good leaving out I-20 is you're going toward Alabama, and you can get out there and turn around and come back. You don't want to go.
I don't want to stay over there too long. No.
You want to go to Ducktown. Now, Doug, tell me why you've assembled some guys here with us.
Well, actually, we've trying to get together. A friend of mine that I grew up with, she's found out last year, I think, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Right.
And she's always been on
a very ununderstood disease.
Right.
People are very in the dark about it still.
And she's always hit me up wanting to do a rod run there in Ducktown or something. So she said if this is what it took to get it, that's what she'll do. But we've actually, I think, I'll just sort of run over this real quick and let Dr. Treon and Craig speaks on. But early days, March 26th, I guess we should close the street. It'll be on Main Street right there in Ducktown. And I've figured we'll close it off, get the rain date for April the 2nd, because the spring it's usually a tough time, and hopefully we'll have good weather. Start the registration from 9 o'clock to 12, and then they'll judge from 12 to 3, and the wards will be after. And I think they've got 27 wards to give away or whatever, 5 original cars, 5 original trucks, 5 modified cars, 5 modified trucks, and 7 specialty trophies, which is People's Choice, Mayor's Choice, Best Paint, Best GM, Best Ford, Best Mopar, and then a Kid's Choice.
Okay. And to my buddy, Donnie Fowler, who happens to head up the car show at my brain just died. Where did we go to church a few weeks ago over?
You went to Joel Osteen's.
No, we went to.
You go there every Sunday.
Lord, where did we go? My brain just went.
You go to Corinth?
It's gone, Corinth Baptist Church. That's right. I'm so glad. I kept wanting to say Antioch. It was Travis and Alicia's church. No, but there were so many good car folks in Jasper. I hope some of them will come up and be with you.
Well, hopefully. I think this coming
How many
around,
can you accommodate?
Well, we'd love to see 1,000, but we know we can't handle 1,000.
200
and we know
maybe?
as far as the judging would be if we get 200, I would be tickled.
That'd be
but it's going to be
awesome.
a stress on us trying to do it, because this is the first one, and I've told her you'll learn a lot this year.
Oh, yeah.
And next year you can, work it and maybe get a little bit better.
You need a new category for the car shows, the best gas mileage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of golf carts show up then.
Yeah.
But as far as that goes, that's pretty much that. And then, of course, we've also should be selling tickets on this, and this is an autographed guitar from Clay Morgan, which suffers from MS. And stuff. And I think the tickets here should be $5 each, or 5 for $20.
Can you play that?
About 3 chords.
About 3 chords.
But they was good enough to donate that to them to help raise money for MS or whatever.
Okay, and tickets are $5?
$5, I think, or 5 for $20.
Okay.
And of course, then there'll be other tickets. I think just raffle for $1. I think Mark Wills is going to donate some stuff, and of course, a lot
I
of our
would
local
think Mark
people.
Wills will donate some stuff.
Stuff. We're hoping he might sneak in. I don't know that. And Lord, of course, then we have a lot of other stuff other than the car show. She's got music starting at 12 o'clock that day, and we've got just a whole list of people.
I see something that looks like fun to me. The Shriners are going to be cooking breakfast.
Well, I jumped ahead of myself there, sure enough.
Yes, they are. You know me, I'm not missing a bite of food.
Well, they'll have breakfast, lunch, and dinner as long as we've got something going there. That's true. So, and they do good. And yes, that's the Copper Basin Shriners, and I think they're going to donate a portion, as much as they can of their proceeds. I think somehow it's worked like that. Of course,
Shriners are awesome. People are always giving back.
They are, and I try to help them out as much as I can during miners' homecoming and
Now,
stuff.
I recognize a few of those names up there, people who are going to be singing. Jimmy Allen might be doing Amazing Grace. Do you think he'll do Saved by Grace again?
I will have to
bet he
keep
will.
placing.
I bet he will. Jimmy Allen did. He was on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he did the song for Julie Weeks that he wrote about her survival. So there you go.
Of course, then we got little Destiny Pittman, but she's just a hoot. She's just 6-year-old now, I think, and she does that. Sarah Kate Chapman, Matt Hyatt, And Kendall Stranger's a local girl there in town, and she's probably 20 now, I guess, but she's amazing and stuff. And oh Lord, of course Brant and Chris Pope and Ed Vest, of course we're on our way.
Love Ed,
And then,
yeah.
of course we've got Craig Reynolds over here that is probably going at 6:30 and finish up to the fireworks, and we'll do the fireworks about dark. And I think Keith and April over at Cougar Express will be donating the fireworks. So that's pretty much as far as what I've got
That's
there.
a hot-looking car. My gosh. That's, now, whoever drove that car is somebody you'd have wanted to dated way back then. You'd have wanted to ride in that car.
Forget the date, just give me the car.
How cool
Yeah.
is that?
Yeah.
That is too cool.
And that one should be there. That's one of the guys that's helping us out there. And of course, I should have probably mentioned that with Clay Walker, they've got Band Against MS, which is BAMS, and that's actually how she got the guitar through them. So.
Okay. All right, Doc,
Let's
give
get
us
to the
give us a little bit of advice on what we need to do to learn about MS. I know a lot about it because my grandfather died from it.
And that's actually an important point. It's the most common neurologic disease of young people. A lot of people don't realize that, but if you actually start talking in any group of people, there's always somebody in there that has a family member or a friend that has MS, and you wouldn't realize it. A lot of people have misconceptions about it. They confuse it most commonly. Multiple sclerosis is MS, and they'll confuse that with muscular dystrophy, which is absolutely no relation.
Right.
It's generally a progressive neurologic disease. It's autoimmune in large part, and so affects women more than men. And it shows up really young in life. 20s to 40s is most common. There are children that have it, so you'll get a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, and it will show up later in life. Both of those are unusual, but they are well defined. The biggest thing about it, very difficult to diagnose. You have to have a high degree of suspicion. Unlike a stroke where face, arm, leg, you can tell where the lesion is, this is bits and pieces here, bits and pieces there. Very confusing people. A lot of times they're told that it's nothing and it's in their head, and actually it's not.
Right.
It's not at all. But it'll, your big toe, my left hand, my right face. Some common things, though, that happen to people, very grossly intolerant of heat, as with many demyelinating conditions. What this autoimmune system does is remove the insulation from the nerves. And that decreases conduction. So the longer nerves in the body, like the legs, the hands, the arms, you have trouble communicating. They get tremendous amounts of fatigue. They'll lay out in the sun, which we should not do because of our skin cancers, and they will become unable to move. They have to get in front of an air conditioner, cool down, and they can move again.
Wow.
They have a lot of trouble with multiple systems. One of the most dreaded complications is called optic neuritis. Unilateral, one-sided blindness in an eye, which comes on suddenly, usually painful, and that's a medical emergency that we jump on intravenous steroids to stop that. Now, we don't have a cure for multiple sclerosis, and the cause of multiple sclerosis is unknown. Clearly, there are genetic components. Clearly, there are autoimmune components to this. There are also environmental components. It used to be said that above the Mason-Dixon line you had MS, and below the Mason-Dixon line you did not.
Wow.
With the migratory patterns of the United States, with industrialization, that border has become blurred, and we get MS above and below the Mason-Dixon line. But interestingly, when people move into an area where MS is prominent, the incidence goes up. When they move out of it before a certain age, the incidence goes down.
Wow.
So there are secondary exposures that happen in youth, 20 to 30 years old, so before that period of time, that can bring on the symptoms in people who are genetically predisposed. It does occur in families, but it's like diabetes. Everybody in your family can have diabetes and you'll have none, and nobody in your family will have diabetes and you can have some. And MS presents that way as well. Now, we have had great advances in MS. While we don't have a cure and we don't know the cause, the advances have been in preventing progression of disease. It used to be with MS, which presents in episodes of exacerbation, separated by episodes of relatively symptom-free. These would increase in frequency as people got older, and they would have more and more deficits that would build up, interfering with function, intellect, memory, what we call higher cortical function, intellectual function, executive function, making change, giving directions, following directions. With the advent of the interferon therapies, and this would be interferon beta is the one that has been very helpful, we have been able to decrease the progression and at times increase remission. This has been fantastic. And it's because it's known to be an inflammatory condition. It affects the brain. you get plaques, hence the name sclerosis. And multiple because you get multiple plaques. And that's what the problem is. Bits and pieces, different areas. Well, what is affected in the person? Where is the plaque? You know, right? They tend to be periventricular, but they can occur anywhere. Bladder problems, bowel problems, it's a devastating condition. Some patients, one of ours, presented with seizures. That's an unusual presentation, but not unheard of. Postictal confusion, she got a scan of the head, showed massive plaque, treated with steroids, did a repeat scan. The plaque was very much smaller, almost gone. They do respond to therapy. What we haven't been able to do, unfortunately, is initiate cures, not to date. Most recently, very exciting, is that we've come up with the first medicine, has come up with the first oral therapy for MS, all right, glinia, which is wonderful. Instead of taking shots of interferon once a week, once a month, or infusions every 4 weeks, you can actually take a pill a day. And all of these medications that have been successful modify the immune system, taking it down in graded fashion to stop the person from accidentally attacking their body, in this case the nervous system. And in MS, the parts of the body that are affected are the brain, the spinal cord, and the optic nerve. Those are the three major areas. And what symptoms they have depend upon where these plaques are, their size, the severity. What else can I answer for you?
I spent time with Donna Fargo, and after seeing my grandfather go from a 30-some-odd-year-old deputy sheriff in Hall County to a totally debilitated invalid in a hospital bed, that was my story of MS. Donna Fargo still functions with MS.
Yes.
So she was in her 20s when she was diagnosed, but she told me, she said, some mornings I wake up and I feel like my body is stone.
Yes.
She said, I feel like I can't do anything. I hurt so bad all over.
Absolutely. Good days, bad days. Usually more trouble in the summer, in the warm weather. In fact, one of the big advantages of the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America is because this is a chronic disease that is very debilitating, these people frequently wind up requiring assistance. They require equipment. A big thing is temperature, and so a lot of ladies and men will utilize a cooling vest in the hot weather, air conditioning in the home, and if they get into trouble, they'll put the cooling vest on, which actually drops the core temperature of the body, and their function improves when they're having a bad week. Now remember that you'll have terrible exacerbations separated by relatively symptom-free periods. Now things can exacerbate MS. Like many immunes, like lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, scleroderma, ALS, stress will worsen it. Heat will worsen it. It's not particular for MS, but it's particular of many of these.
Wow, wow. Okay, why are you involved in this? Why did you want to volunteer for this?
Well, before I talk about Craig, I gotta say I love you to death.
Thank you, thank you.
You remind me of Paula Dean a little
Thank
bit.
you, thank you.
But the real reason why I say that is because I was just so tickled to see you talk about God first and foremost.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was just a pretty cool thing.
Thank you.
And really and truly, that's why I'm involved. Anytime, I mean, I've got a talent,
And you'll be singing that night at 6:30, am I right? Yeah.
Lord willing, the creek don't rise.
And it's
I'll
March
get over this
26th,
stuff.
is that right? Yeah, okay.
But I feel like I have an obligation that if somebody calls me, if there's any way that I can
Give back.
fulfill that, and it just so happens that I've got a songwriter buddy that's got MS. And he takes shots every day, as a matter of fact. He takes shots.
I think once you've seen it up close and personal, you have to help with this. You know, you have to.
Well, like he said, it's one of those things. And you mentioned it. It's kind of a it's hard to detect early on. It's not understood very well. It's one of those things that just can hit so many different ways in different areas, and so it's puzzling.
Very.
And incredibly common.
Right.
And that's
And
tough
you
for
know
us to
what's
deal
so
with.
funny, when my grandfather started doing you didn't mention the one thing that was his first indicator.
Which was that?
His balance.
Yes.
His balance. They lived here in a boarding house, and he worked across the street at the jail, and he would walk home at lunch, and he fell in the middle of the street, and he never drank a drop in his life, and somebody said, oh, Herman's drinking, and they said, well, no, Herman doesn't drink, you know, and that was his balance, was the first indicator he had, so.
Yes.
Well, tell folks where your office is, because I know where your office is. I used to have breakfast sitting beside you, and he was always on his laptop. The man's always working, and I'm thinking, does he not know it's breakfast time, and he's feeding these kids, and he's got these little kids there, and he's doing all this, and you're on your laptop working constantly. Where's your office?
I am in Copper Hill. I am the post office building, and I work out of Fannin Regional Hospital.
Right.
Wonderful place to work, well-equipped, wonderful staff.
And we're happy to say welcome on board Fannin Regional with a new commercial. Now, finally, we've gotten them on board with a new commercial.
Excellent.
It's a great hospital, and it has a lot of specialties that I think people don't know about. MS is one of those. Will you become more passionate about it now that he has a friend that has it?
I have been very passionate about it because I have many friends that have it, and I've diagnosed a number of people and missed several because it is so difficult to diagnose early on.
Right, right.
Is the Fannin County and Polk County, Tennessee area inundated with this disease? You see a lot of
Well,
it?
wherever you go, it's about 1% of the population. That's a lot of 1 in 100. That's a lot of people, regardless of where you go. There used to be, as I mentioned, the geologic separation in the United States. You are more symptomatic in the South because it's warmer, and in some ways that helps people present a little earlier. But the clinical picture, the neurologic findings are confusing. They're confusing.
Wow. Well, guys, have we covered everything we need to do?
I guess, I don't know if Craig gets T-shirts
Yeah,
or
have you
what
got
is-
something? What are you going to do with that?
Yeah, I was just going to mention, I brought a handful of these things down here. I think I've got 6 of my first single and
Great.
6 T-shirts to give away if you got
Can
some
we do
folks.
that?
Yeah.
Yay.
Love
Let
to.
me have
Great
that
one.
shirt, and I'm going to do it right now. If you can tell me,
Yeah.
I have been to downtown Copper Hill. I love downtown Copper Hill. If you can tell me when you're leaving McKaysville and you go to Copper Hill, you turn left and you go out and you come to Ducktown, and the next town, I want y'all to call, it's not really even a town, but it's a little settlement. And it has to do with a critter that goes very slowly. Call me at 866-939-2329 and tell me what's the name, because we say in our commercials and in our ads, from ball ground to where? Where is that? Call us right there, and then we're going to give away one of Craig's CDs. Can I have that CD now?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to give away one of his CDs. If you can tell me, if you are going through that area and you like rafting, there's a young man who sings really, really good gospel music, but you might have him as your rafting coach. If you're going rafting this weekend, doesn't the river open this weekend?
I believe it does.
I believe it does. If you're going rafting, you might have a young man named Eric as your rafting coach. If you can tell me the name of the group that Eric Chastain is with, you will win a copy of Craig's CD. Gospel, bluegrass, country. What is it?
Country. I always include at least one gospel thing on every project that I do.
And Miss Betty Gibbs won the T-shirt, and now we're going to ask that question. What group is Eric Chastain with?
Betty knew that Turtletown was the answer.
Betty knew, from Ball Ground to Turtletown. There you go. There you go. We're going to take a break, guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I promise you I will try to be there.
Well,
I
that'd
will
be
try to
great.
be there.
That's an
March the-
oxymoron. Promise and try.
Yeah, I promise I will try. March the 26th, is that right?
Right, and rain date's April 2nd, so
Okay.
hopefully everything
All right.
will work.
Thank you so much. It was good to see you again, Doc.
Nice
Good to see you.
ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to bring on, who's over there? Stan Barnett, and who else is over here?
Hickey.
Who else we got over there? Okay, we'll be
Hickey.
back in just a minute. Okay, did you hear that music going on? That was from Craig. That was amazing. Now, he's
Rolling
given
in the hay.
us some more CDs to give away and giving us some shirts to give away, and we'll do a couple more today and then some tomorrow. There's a lot of giving away in Pickens County. There's a lot of giving away of time and community involvement and effort. And when you do that, and you become the best at doing that, then all of a sudden you are Citizen of the Year. Pickens County this year chose my buddy, Stan Barnett. He's one of those guys, I was looking for this man. He's, 60 some odd and has a 401k.
70 some odd, darling.
Stan, I love you, and it's so good to have you here. Congratulations on Citizen of the Year.
Well, thank you. It's always nice to be honored, but it's kind of a humbling experience when you think of some of the folks in Pickens County who have been given this award, and they just have icons in the community, and I've spent a lifetime there, and I think the award says a whole lot more about Pickens County than it does about Stan Barnett. And
It says a lot about Pickens County. It is a giving back community.
it really is. It's a wonderful place to live. I've been there just almost 16 years now, and it's been a great experience, a good place for me to live. And
Now, you have two passions that I jointly have. I mean, love Habitat for Humanity. It is such an amazing program to put somebody in a home that's never owned a home. I can remember being on the committee when we went down to Nelson and we met with a family. And I remember that dad, and he, in my opinion, will always be the poster child for Habitat for Humanity, Terry. Terry Kitchens, an amazing young man. I loved his story, I loved his spirit, and I loved the idea that he wasn't going to give up. Just because he was in this situation, he wanted to move up and to help. And he was volunteering many, many hours, and that's part of Habitat.
part of Habitat is that, you have to get to be a Habitat homeowner, you have to put in a lot of sweat equity, but so many of our people keep on giving after they get in. And if you come by our job sites, it's easy to see the 2x4s and the siding and the shingles and the plumbing and that sort of thing. What you don't see is some of the other sides of it. We've got one family. The first family we did had 3 little girls. Bing, bing, bing. Both, I've had invitations to high school graduation from all 3 of those girls, and the oldest one I've had has graduated from college.
Wow.
You don't see that. I mean, that's just something that one of our homeowners has started a for-profit recycling business, and just is so involved in the community. She's a volunteer coordinator at the thrift store. You don't see that when you see the 2x4s and you see the plumbing,
right?
And you see, but our homeowners get so involved, and they live here, they work here, they go to school here, they go to church here, they pay tax here,
right?
They vote here. They just become part of the community, and it's such a great organization. I'm very passionate about it.
I know you are. I can
tell.
tell. I can tell. Now, another thing, you talked a little bit about the thrift store. The thrift store has also made it possible they help fund Habitat on occasion.
That's right.
With their grants, and thank God for that thrift store, because so many people have recycled stuff that they would have thrown away.
It's a great organization, and we met this past Monday, our board did, and we gave away $100,000 to various and sundry organizations in Pickens County that help people. We support, at the thrift store, we support organizations that provide basic human needs, services, and goods, food, clothing, and shelter.
Right.
And the shelter part of Habitat gets some of the money, but we're, before this year's over, we will cross the $3 million mark that we've given away in the 11 plus years that we've been in business, which is
amazing.
A whole lot of money in our small community.
Now, everybody in Pickens County knows Tuesday is the day at the thrift store. Tuesday is like you can go out there and you can see anybody and everybody.
It's the new stuff coming in.
It is the new stuff comes in. It takes a lot of volunteers to put that together, doesn't it?
It takes a lot of volunteers. It takes people to receive it in and decide what works and what doesn't. And then it goes to another group of people who see what size it is and hang it up and put prices on it, and then hang it out and get it in front of the public and that sort of thing.
Right.
And then it takes a lot of people to come in and buy the stuff. We really built on 4 pillars. We got to have the people who donate stuff. We got to have the volunteers who process stuff. We got to have the customers who come and buy the stuff, and then because we're a 401(c) charity, we got to have somebody to give the money to, because we've got to give the money away. So we're built on those four corners. And
now you started out in a very small building out off of, actually, I'm going to tell you where you started out on Sanders Street, 98 Sanders Street. This weekend, 98 Sanders Street is going to have, on March the 19th, there will be a preview, and then there will be an auction at the old building on Sanders. Kyle Waters Auction Company is going to have an auction out there, and I said, when they were telling me where the directions were, I said, wait a minute, is that where the thrift store was? The thrift store started out there. Now, when it started out there, it was hit or miss because Don was pretty new to the community. He wasn't sure what was going to happen, and amazingly, it took off like crazy. Not only does it give us the opportunity to give back, but it gives us the opportunity to get rid of junk, you know, without filling the landfills up. And so many people used to throw away things that now you're turning into cash. You are really turning trash into cash. And many times really good stuff.
We get great stuff. And, you know, people come and shop enthusiastically and readily. We have a lot of merchandise that we sell at very, very low and reasonable prices for people, but that's their only option, that they come and shop there because we're less expensive than anybody else. We have another group of people who come and shop just because we have such great stuff and such good prices, and walk around, and I have on my $2 thrift store.
Every time you've ever been over here, you always have on a shirt that you got in the thrift store.
I have on my $2 slacks.
And I think a sport coat's $4, isn't it?
Sport coats are $4.
Yeah, that's big bucks. Yeah,
big bucks, and we sell everything you can imagine, and lots of stuff you can't imagine. And sometimes, you know, we have to ask our customers to help us identify what something is, because we don't know. Sometimes we don't know what it is.
He used a word a minute ago called sundries. Most people under 50 don't know what that is.
Right, a drugstore.
Sundries,
yes,
yeah.
that's right. That's right. Now, this weekend, or next weekend, you're very passionate about Habitat for Humanity. You have to have fundraising in order to do what you do, which is build houses for people who can then become homeowners. There's going to be a pancake breakfast March 26th, 7 to 11 a.m., First Baptist Church of Jasper. Adults, $6. Is it all you can eat for $6?
Boy, you come in and we'll eat.
Oh, wow, I can't wait. Children 10 and under, $4. For more information or to purchase tickets, 706-253-2393.
You're going to have bacon and sausage with it?
We're going to have the works.
Oh,
boy.
Yum. Now, I was involved in the barbecue, the Habitat Hullabaloo, and that went very well for a few years. Then it became really hard to do. A lot of effort and very little money out of this deal. What are ways that people can give back to Habitat that is pretty much effortless? Can they volunteer? Can they make monetary donations? What can they do to help Habitat?
They can certainly make volunteer donations. You know, they can write a check and send it to us. They can go online to Pickens County Habitat for Humanity, and there's a site on there where they can give us money online without ever bothering their checkbook. It'll just come right out. They can come. They can call us and tell us they want to work, and we're in the office on Mondays and Fridays, but they can leave on the answering machine that I'd like to get involved, and we'll call them back and say, here's what we want to do, and we'll give them phone numbers and have people contact them, or again, they can go online if they're computer handy, and you know, they can become a volunteer online, just filling out the information thing, and then they'll email people and announce when there's going to be a work day. And our work day announcements always include a map and directions on how to get to the job site, so they can come out and work. Or if they've got building material and that sort of thing that they would like to give to us, we'll take it. If we can use it in a house, we will, and if we can't, then we'll give it to the thrift store.
Right.
Who in turn gives us money back for grants. So, you know, we don't throw anything away.
Okay, to get involved in Habitat, number one, once you do that, it's very addictive, and you learn a little bit more about the community. It is the community giving back, but it's also something that I remember a home out off of is it Swan Bridge Road?
Yes.
Yes. That took, Sammy Collins volunteered his efforts. And I'm thinking of businesses. Today, 46% of construction folks are out of work. So what a great opportunity for them to get involved with Habitat to give back while they're waiting on a job.
Right.
From roofers to sheetrockers to, and like what Sammy did, you know, he does septic tanks.
Yeah.
So if you're in a business today that's not busy, but you could give back, you will again see those 5 children somewhere and you'll say, man, I made a difference in putting them in a house. I remember what they were in before they got in the house.
That's right.
I remember that, and I remember thinking, wow, how have they handled this? How have they dealt with it? They were fine. You know, they had the most positive attitude.
And so many of the people we work with, you know, have great attitudes, and we volunteers get an opportunity to meet the families and really get to know them. They get an opportunity to get to know us and see us, and we end up working together a lot. And some folks, you know, many of the families have continued to work with us as volunteers and come and, you know, some can drive nails and some can paint, and some can do neither one. Like me, you know, when I go to the job site, they say, hi, Stan, go to the hardware store, or Stan, go get lunch. But they say, whatever you do, don't touch any tools.
You know, that's something you said, lunch. I know I would ask restaurants to volunteer to bring lunch to the job site. That's another small business could do that. You know, if you own, I'm not throwing any names out there, but if you own any of the restaurants in Jasper and you have 25 chicken sandwiches, take it to the job site. You know, coordinate it. Who's involved in coordinating things like that now?
Susan Snar is our brand new volunteer relations chairman, but
okay.
Our Grady Hopper is the chair of our construction committee. Or they can just call the Habitat office and say, you know, I'd like to provide lunch at the job site the next time there's an opportunity, and we will get back to them and coordinate with them to supply that. And we've got,
and it's an important part of giving back.
It's an important part of it. And we've got Sunday school classes that do that on some regular basis. We've got local restaurants like Wendy's and Bojangles, particularly, that have supplied us with.
See, he can read my mind. Those are the two names I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's bad. I don't like men who can read my mind. Oh, well, Citizen of the Year, you deserve it. You've earned it. Congratulations to you.
You're kind to say that. It's wonderful to live in a community where so many people that are, you know, movers and shakers have created a situation where somebody from outside can come in and just take a little bit of skill and a little bit of elbow grease and find a niche and start working and do something.
That's right. And you love it. You love it.
I have a good time doing what I do. Yeah, it's you know, it's I had a good example from my parents who did that, and it's part of my faith statement to give back to the community. And you know, I am stuck on where it says, you know, what is required of us but to love mercy, do justice, and walk humbly before God. And I think providing what the thrift store does and providing what Habitat does is part of loving mercy and doing justice. And so it's
good point.
It's a great thing. And you know, Jesus said, you know, inasmuch as you've done it unto the least of these, my brothers, you've done it for me. And that's part of my faith, and so I have a good time doing what I do.
I love you. Once again, we want to remind you the Pancake Breakfast, March the 26th, 7 to 11 at First Baptist Church of Jasper. It's the big church. It's a big church with a great kitchen. Adults, $6, children 10 and under, $4. For more information or to purchase tickets, 706-253-2393. And once again, it benefits Habitat for Humanity. Now, have you got a birthday?
Got a birthday. This won't go in the pot because it don't live around here, but Johnny
lives in Hong Kong.
Lives in Hong Kong. Be back,
Wow.
moving back soon. Family misses him. Johnny
Wow.
McDaniel on the 17th, 41 years old.
Happy birthday.
Called
Happy
in
birthday.
by his aunt Anita.
That is amazing. Now we're going to take a break and we're going to go to some music. This is yesterday. Now, we told you things happened that were really special here after we came off the air. We had a reunion of some folks who worked together at the Gap, and Freddie and Marie did some songs together. When he did Amazing Grace, I thought, okay, we got to share this with folks. Amazing Grace is that song, Grace will get you when nothing else does, won't it?
That's right.
Absolutely. We're going to go now to Freddie and Marie doing Amazing Grace. I guarantee you she's sitting at home and she's tapping her foot and she's smiling because she is an amazing lady who we're going to make an effort to go visit her more often and let her play the piano. What a great talent. She's played since she was 5 years old. Here we go, Marie Scott and Freddie Brackett. That was so sweet. Thank you so much. Marie is like the lady who brings out the best in everybody because she just sits down and does that, and all of a sudden people want to sing. So there you go. You handed me this, and this is my buddy Sam Hogshead up in, I guess his address is actually a Hayesville address, but anyway, Hogshead Sporting Goods, good folks, and they're going to do a benefit men's sport night, March 19th, 6 p.m., House of Prayer Church Family Life Center, 145 Bible Camp Circle, Blairsville, Georgia. And this is that
Ebo Elder,
the Extreme Machine motivational speaker? 4 consecutive Georgia State Golden Glove titles, silver medal 1988 Goodwill Games, pro record 22 wins, 3 defeats, 16 by knockouts. Have you ever been knocked out?
Oh, yeah.
Boy, there have been some days I wanted to knock you out.
I know. This is probably one of them.
WBO, Intercontinental, IBA, NABO champion, number 5 in the world. So if you want to go see him, reckon he'll be hitting on something that day?
Yeah, he probably will.
I think he'll be hitting it says, serving Jesus Christ, not what we do, but who we are.
That's my mother's birthday, too, this Saturday.
So happy birthday,
Happy birthday
to your
to my
mama.
mom,
Happy
71,
birthday.
yeah.
And the event is sponsored by House of Prayer Men's Ministry. For more information, call 706-745-5925. Sounds like a good family function. Grab your boys up and take them too. And this is free admission, March the 19th, 6 p.m. Again, for more information, 706-745-5925. And thank you to Sam Hogshead, my buddy. If you need any information on hunting, fishing, kicking, doing whatever these guys do, grabbing an alligator and cooking it. He is very responsible for an event that we love to attend up in the mountains of North Carolina. You can call Sam Hogsett at 828-361-2117.
You ever been
There
hunting?
go. I've been hunting. I've killed a few. I've shot a few. I've run through
What?
the woods a few deer.
You killed a deer before?
Yes, and I actually used to win at the turkey shoots all the time. I'd always want a ham, though. I didn't want no turkey.
I can't
'cause-
picture you out there deer hunting.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like it because, you know what the first thing they told me was? You can't wear makeup and perfume. I'm like, are you people crazy? You think I'm going somewhere
They
without
don't have
that
air
stuff
conditioner
on?
out there either.
No, they don't. We have got some more of our ETC thermometers we're going to give away. We're going to ask a question. We've had several people on this week. Can you tell us just two of the events that we've talked about this week that will be happening this weekend? We've had several folks on who talked about local events.
Can I take
think
your
y'all can
temperature?
remember it. Yeah. Did you know how Freddie took his temperature yesterday?
I don't even wanna
Raise
know.
your arm up. Now
Oh,
look, that's how you
that's
do it,
easy.
baby. You know what I told him to do, don't you?
Yeah, I know what you told me to do.
There you go. We're going to give you an ETC thermometer. If you can call and tell us two of the events we've talked about this week, because we encourage you to get out and go out into your community and do things.
Hey, I'm 71
Now,
degrees.
this weekend, remember Saturday, March 19th, the Kyle Waters Auction Company, there will be an auction at 98 Sanders Street. A lot of antiques. This is one of those antique auctions. Kyle is a young man I have known since the moment he was born. He is one of the twins. He's one of those Waters boys. And good kids who they've been involved in auctions for many, many years, and they love it. They are now opening their own auction company. So another small business coming to Jasper. And one of the benefits we told you about is April 2nd. I'm not going to tell you right now because we're waiting on y'all to win a contest. But let me remind you again, the gaming triathlon will be Friday, April the 1st at the Delhi Junction. For more information, you can call them. This is to benefit the Appalachian Children's Center. And phone number 706-273-2225.
You ever played Wii? That's what that is.
I have not, but I know that Fred Wyndham, who produces Heart of the Home, he does, and he loved it. He does the
Yeah.
bowling, he does the whole thing. Everybody says it really works you.
It's funny to watch people play. I've done it too, but it's funny to watch. You go in their living room, they're over there doing all these motions, and there's nothing going on. They're just standing there waving their arms.
But
and
you
stuff.
see it on the screen, is
Yeah,
that right?
yeah,
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, can we give away this CD
You certainly
too?
can,
Okay,
yeah.
if we get a winner on that contest, we're going to give away a CD from First Mountain City. If you can tell me, now this is going to be tough. Y'all are going to have to think about this. Who sings bass? Who sings bass with First Mountain City? If you have been out to any of their concerts, he is that Florida boy. He was on Heart of the Home, and I taught him to make an over-the-sink tomato sandwich.
He still talks about that.
And to make sweet tea. Now, my idea of a tomato sandwich is a vine-ripe tomato with blue plate mayonnaise, Merita bread, salt, and pepper. There you go.
Well, you
And
love
it
your
is
brands, don't you?
too good. But if you can tell me who is the bass singer for First Mountain City.
He got the whole crowd cracking up the other night. We did a concert, and we were doing Love Lifted Me, and the song. I started out, I was sinking deep in sin, and then when I got to that part, he goes, wee, like he was sinking deep in sin, and everybody just cracked up. He just had them all going on there.
He's a good guy.
The
He's a
kids
good
love
guy.
that.
And bless his heart, he did move here from Florida, and he is trying to become as Southern as he can be, but he's really from New York. So for me to teach him to make sweet tea, I said, Randy, do you like, I said his name. I didn't say his last name. That's right. I said, do you like sweet tea? And he said, yeah, we go to the store and buy it. And I said, no, let me show you how to make it. And he said, you can really make this stuff?
Yeah,
I said, yeah, it's really simple. So.
Yeah, this is the old one that's got the Unclouded Day, Amazing Grace, My Jesus, I Love Thee, and I Feel Like Traveling On. That's all the
Is your
old
group going to
songs.
be singing anywhere this weekend?
Not this weekend, no.
Okay. And what about Shiloh Baptist Church? I understand they're going to be breaking ground on a new building in the near future.
Yeah, they haven't got the building going, but they've got some land they purchased up just down the road from the place they're in. Yeah.
Okay.
They're doing pretty good.
There you go. There you go. Well, tomorrow is Friday. It will be Crazy Friday because Angela will be here, and I guess the girl will want to be talking racing. I don't know.
think?
It's Bristol this weekend. Bristol is like the track where there are lots of things going on and traffic. So I can tell you the Barker brothers are going to be up in Damascus, Virginia this weekend, and guess who will be with them? Me.
Apostle Paul. the Damascus Road.
And the Racket Bracket is going to be driving them to take them to their event. This is kind of one of those last-minute plannings, but we're going to go to Virginia with them. I haven't been there.
It's time to.
There you go. It's time to do what we never do. We never say goodbye. We only say we'll see you later. Don't forget, my buddy Rich Scott, here he comes. Trash to cash. He knows how to do it better than anybody. We'll be back, as always, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 10 a.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m., 1 to 2:30 for you late nighters. From North Georgia Now Today, I'm Cherie.
And I'm Bill.
That's Bill. And we'll see you again only on ETC3.
They were cooking in the middle of the night when the moon shines. Kicking up dust on a country road. Got another town, got another load of moonshine.